If you are looking for your brotherhood, you need to identify your enemies. In order to identify your enemies, you need to be at war with them. If you are not at war, you are not alive. I want to say that again. If you do not have a battle to fight, a cause to champion, or an enemy to conquer, then you are just drifting through life. And for some of you, the truth is even worse. You've never even picked up a weapon. So I'm going to explain to you why every man needs a war, and most importantly, how to manufacture one if life hasn't handed you one yet. If we identify what that real problem is, right? A man without a war is a man without focus, without direction or purpose. And make no mistake, I give you my word, if you are not fighting for something, you are losing to everything. So what's wrong with peace? I'm sure a bunch of you are saying that peace sounds great, it's amazing. To most of you, I'm sure that sounds great, right? No challenges, no opposition, no resistance, sleep in, do nothing. But this is the truth, man. Peace breeds weakness. It dulls your edge and makes you soft. Men are forged in conflict, not comforts. Without a war to fight, you are just existing. You are not living. Without a war, you will start to drift. You will become a victim to your own whims, distractions, and the small comforts that life throws at you. Man, you will lose days, weeks, and even years. You will never achieve anything, never build anything, and never become anything more than you were yesterday. You've got to create a war. The solution is just that simple. If life doesn't hand you a war, you manufacture one. So what is a manufactured war? I want to make this very clear. A manufactured war isn't fake, not by a long shot. It's focused. It's picking a target, a rival, or an ideology and committing yourself to defeating it. It's about creating a battlefield where you can sharpen your skills, prove your worth, and most importantly, grow into the man you are meant to be. If we just look at two of the masters that we have during our lifetime right now at manufacturing wars, 50 Cent and Donald Trump, man. These dudes, I mean, I can name countless people that are doing it all the time, but these two probably stand at the top right now. 50 Cent has been picking fights his entire fucking career. He's calling out other artists, challenging industry leaders, and he's always positioning himself as a force to be reckoned with. These wars are not random. That is a very calculated individual. These were calculated. Every battle forced him to grow, adapt, and claim his space in the industry. And Donald Trump, man, love him or hate him, whatever your opinions of that man are, he has spent his entire career manufacturing wars. From business deals to politics, he's always chosen a target and made it clear that he's coming for them. His America First message is the latest example, and he's rallying so many supporters and creating very clear enemies. This strategy has allowed him to dominate negotiations and align others with his vision. So why do you need a war? When you manufacture a war, you create a focus point. You define your purpose. And this is the important part. Your war won't just attract enemies, it'll attract allies. People will choose sides, and you will find out quickly who's with you and who's against you. Man, that clarity is invaluable. So I want to explain to you how manufacturing a war in my life has worked. Now, this is going to be a little bit different from what I'm describing at this moment. But when I started building myself and I started building my vision, man, I picked my target. It was mediocrity. Mediocrity in myself, in the people around me, and in the world at large. I declared war on every excuse, every comfort, and every distraction that kept me from reaching my potential. And anybody who knows me will tell you real fast, man, I have nothing in my life that detracts from me achieving excellence in the way that I want to achieve it. So the battleground has been littered with dead bodies. I cut out everything that didn't align with my goals, friends who didn't push me, habits that held me back, and thoughts that keep me small. And I'm gonna tell you, man, it's not that it's easy, because it isn't. Every day is a fight. But the more battles I win, the stronger I become. And along the way, I found others who were fighting the same war. Men who wanted more from life and are willing to bleed for it. So, like, what's the result, right? That war has shaped me. That war gave me focus, discipline, and clarity. It's why I can stand here today and tell you with confidence that if you are not at war, you are wasting your life. Now, I have also declared war on rival gang members, rival breakdancers, rival promoters when I was in that industry, and rivals in my current industry. And all of those have forced me to get better and stronger faster. I've also declared war on people in a more friendly way. Now, I've told people that I would get better at them at something that they were already better than me at, and then I worked to make it happen. So this can be as simple as telling someone who already has you beat on squats by 40 pounds. They already squat 40 pounds more than you. And you tell them, by the end of this year, I will out-squat you. And then you have to work every day because you said it, you have to do it. And then tell everybody in the gym, I'm gonna out-squat him by the end of the year. They will hold you accountable to that. So it can be as simple as declaring war on people that truly stand for something that you're against, or declaring war in a friendly rivalry that can make you better, or going to war against the lifestyle and habits you used to have. This is why men must go to war, because it's the only way to truly live your life as a man. It causes you to adapt and grow. You must outperform whatever you are at war with. War sharpens you. Conflict forces you to grow. It tests your limits, pushes you to adapt, and turns your weaknesses into strengths. Without a war, you will stay soft, aimless, and untested. And war builds alliances. When you declare war, you draw a line in the sand. Others will either stand with you or against you. This clarity helps you build a team, a brotherhood, or even a movement. You'll find people who share your values and are willing to fight alongside you. So war gives you purpose. At the end of the day, a man needs purpose, and war gives you that. It gives you something to fight for, something to win, and something to become. So how do you start a war? This is a very simple step-by-step guide. Very simple, right? So you just gotta, number one, pick a target. What do you want to destroy? For me, mediocrity was important. Is that important for you? Do you have a rival? Even if it's not something like massive, just a rival in anything. Is there an outdated system or belief that you don't like? Choose something that stands in the way of your goals or who you want to be as a man, and then declare your war. Write it down, say it out loud, make it real. This isn't just a thought, it's a commitment. And then set your strategy. What's your first move? What's your ultimate goal? Plan your steps and prepare for resistance. Then you engage the enemy. Man, you take action, you start the fight. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it. Every single person that does this, including 50 Cent and Donald Trump, they don't wait for perfect moments, they create perfect moments. And so this causes you have to adapt and overcome. War is messy. Be ready to adjust your strategy and learn from your failures and keep pushing forward. So the challenge, man, declare war on something that's holding you back. The steps are simple, man. Identify one thing in your life that needs to go. I don't care what it is, an excuse, a habit, or even a rival. Just identify whatever it is and then declare war on it. Write it down. Tell everyone. Make it public. Then take one action every single day to fight that war, no matter how small. By the end of this challenge, you will have built momentum, gained clarity, and started transforming your life. You will find the brotherhood that you were looking for. You will have identified the enemies that you need to fight against. If you don't have a war, you'll never be tested. If you're never tested, you'll never grow. And if you never grow, then what is the point of living? As men, we are meant to grow. So pick your target, declare your war, and fight like your life depends on it, because it does. You may not die in the physical form, but you are dying emotionally and spiritually, guaranteed. Until next time, man, stay disciplined, stay focused, and keep learning to unleash your inner beast.